ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவகன் பிள்ளை திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரம் முனி ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாத ரேகாமயம் சதா ததா யத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜமுனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாதே ஆமன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜ யுக்மருக்ம व्यामोहत स्थलितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर् भगवतोस्य दैहिकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापिता युते स्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महताह्वये भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेण प्रकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् जीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. அல்லினால் தாமரை மேல் ஆரணங்கினின் துணைவி மல்லி நாடாண்ட மடமையில் நெல்லியலால் ஆயர் குலமேந்த நாகத்தால் தென்புதுவை வேயர் பயந்த விளக்கு கோலச்சொரி சங்கை மாயன் செவ்வாயின் குணமெனவும் சீலத்தினள் தென் திருமல்லி நாடி செழுங்குழல் மேல் மாலை தொலை தென்னரங்கருக்கிய ஈயும் மதிப்புடைய சோலைக்கிளி அவள் தூய நற்பாதம் துணை நமக்கே. We have been enjoying nAchchiyAr Tirumozhi, a wonderful prabandham by nAchchiyAr. In this prabandham, nAchchiyAr is singing in separation from Bhagavan. Throughout the prabandham, she is mostly sorrowful only because she wants to reach Bhagavan, but she is unable to do it. And Sita Pirati waited for Sri Rama to come and rescue her. But nAchchiyAr's love is even more overwhelming than Sita Pirati, that she couldn't remain patient and she is trying different ways to bring Bhagavan. In that we saw in the previous session Vinnila Melapa Padiham, where nAchchiyAr was trying to send the clouds as messenger to Trivenkadamudayan, to Balaji Bhagavan. She doesn't even have the discrimination that clouds cannot go and talk to Bhagavan, they cannot convey the message. That is how bewildered, that is how confused she was because of separation from Bhagavan. Confusion we get in materialistic aspects is inferior, but confusion we get because of seeing the greatness of Bhagavan, that is superior. That is what our Alvars and Acharyas sometimes have. They'll behave like a small child sometimes. They will cry to get Bhagavan. They'll do different approaches to get Bhagavan, as if they don't know anything. Even somebody in our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, in an entry level, such person will know that if they have studied properly, they will know that we should not try any other ways. We should not put our own effort to get Bhagavan. We should only depend on Bhagavan to attain him. But being in most advanced stage, that is being divine consort of Bhagavan, she knows everything. Still, nAchchiyAr is behaving as if she is a child, she is confused and not being able to get Bhagavan. She is trying so hard in different ways. So that is the situation in this whole prabandham. Throughout we have seen such situation. So now we are going to enjoy the 9th decade, which is sindhurach chempodi. This decade is on Thirumozhi Alagar Bhagavan. Bhagavan is known as Kallalagar in this Thirumozhi Dividesham. That is his Tamil name, Kallalagar. In Sanskritam he is known as Sundara Bahu, which means one who is having beautiful shoulders. So that Bhagavan is performed Mangalasasanam here by nAchchiyAr. So let us see the introduction given by Perivachan Pillai first, and then we will go through each Pasuram. Uh, in general, Andal nAchchiyar's favorite Perumal is Alagar, Kallalagar, Sundarabahu Bhagavan. Apart from Sri Ranganatha Bhagavan, she likes Alagar very much because of proximity, also of physical beauty. Alagar's physical form is very beautiful, which will attract everyone. And these are the reasons why Andal nAchchiyar is very attached to Alagar Emberuman. And also in Tirumalirunjolai, she desires to submit 100 pots of butter and 100 pots of sweet rice. So she has the desire. She reveals that in her Pasuram also, and subsequently Bhagavad Ramanuja comes and fulfills that desire. That is also explained in the Pasuram's Vyakyanam. We will see when that comes. And also next Pasuram to that, that is Naranarumbuil Pasuram. After that is Indru Vandi Ithanayum Amudu Seidira Peril. That Pasuram also very important philosophical principle is shown. We will see that when we get there. The essence of our Sampradayam is when we do Kainkaryam, we should not expect anything other than Kainkaryam, more Kainkaryam. So we do some Kainkaryam and Bhagavan asks us, okay, you've done this Kainkaryam, what do you want? At that time, we should just simply say that, please let me do more Kainkaryam. That is what we should pray for. That is the concept shown by Andal nAchchiyar here. So we will see all of those in the Pasuram's explanations. First, we will see the introduction section by Periyavachan Pillai. The Andal nAchchiyar's stage situation was as said in Sri Ramayanam. Prananamapi sandeho mama syat. That is, Sita Pirati is telling Hanuman that you are promising to come back here, but I cannot promise that I will be alive at that time. That was the stage Sita Pirati was in. She was suffering in separation, and she was so sorrowful that she had no hope of living anymore. But she tells Hanuman that I will wait for 1 month. You have to come before that. Sri Rama has to come before that. If he doesn't come by that time, I will have to die. I don't have any other option, says Sita Pirati. That was the stage Andal nAchchiyar had in the previous Padigam. So Andal nAchchiyar was also like that only in the previous Padigam. And at that time, she was looking for somebody to go and inform her situation. At least for Sita Pirati, there was Hanuman. But here, Andal nAchchiyar had none, nobody. So she ended up requesting and praying to the clouds to go and inform her situation to Bhagavan in Tirumala, in Tirupati. Those clouds, instead of going as per her request to Tirumala, rather they just poured down because that was their state. They were filled with water. They had to burst out and pour down. So that happened. And because that happened, due to the rain, the flowers and all that, they thought the rainy season has come. Now we have to blossom. So all of those flowers, they blossomed in that mountain, Tirumalirunjolai Malai. So seeing that, Andal nAchchiyar observes the blossoming flowers. Some are fully blossomed, some are blossoming now, some are going to blossom tomorrow. Like that, these flowers are there. Seeing that, Andal nAchchiyar gets reminded about Bhagavan's physical form. When she sees a well-blossomed flower, she thinks about Bhagavan's divine eyes. When she sees a flower which is just blossoming, she thinks about Bhagavan's lips. Like that, she gets reminded about Bhagavan more and more. So when in separation, if Bhagavan's thoughts come more, then that will lead to more suffering only. So that is what is happening here to Andal nAchchiyar. So everything is tormenting her. The flowers, the birds, everything is tormenting her. And because of that suffering, she is being unable to even sustain, and she is in the most difficult stage. So that is what is explained in this introduction section by Periyavachan Play. So that is the setup for this Padigam, this decade. This is the mood in which Andal nAchchiyAr is. She is in an unbearable state. Anything she looks, that reminds her of Bhagavan, and because Bhagavan is not present next to her, she is suffering a lot. So that is the Padigam here, and that suffering increases in the next Padigam more. So these two Padigams are in separation and suffering only, and this is very similar to Nammalvar's Innuyir Cheval Padigam. That is in Thiruvaimozhi, 9th centum, 5th decade. Innuyir Chevalam Neerum Kuvikondi Ingethanai. In that Padigam, Nammalvar is going through particular set of emotions in separation, which is the same emotions gone through by Andal nAchchiyAr in this two Padigams. So that is also highlighted. Acharyas, when they do commentary, they show related items to us. When particular aspect is explained in one Prabandham, they'll show another place where the same thing is explained so that we can relate to that. If you don't understand here, we'll understand there. If you don't understand there, we'll understand here. So they do this favor for us by connecting the different places where similar concepts are explained so that we get a better understanding. So here Periyavachan Play highlights that also. So that is the brief introduction. Now we'll go through each pasuram briefly. Sindhurach chempodi pol thirumozhi engum indira கோபங்களே எழுந்தும் பறந்திட்டனவால் மந்தரம் நாட்டி என்று மதுரக்கொழுஞ் சாறு கொண்ட சுந்தரத்தோடையான் சுழலையில் நின்று உய்துங்கொலோ. In the first pasuram, Andal nAchchiyAr is asking whether we will escape from the net spread out by Sundarabahu Bhagavan. He has spread out this net to capture us, whether we will escape from that or not. That is the question being asked by Andal nAchchiyAr. Sindhurach chempodi pol. That is because of the overwhelming suffering in separation, she wants to complete this torment. She doesn't want to go through anymore. So she says, will we escape from this suffering? Because she is not seeing the end of the tunnel, that something will happen positive. She becomes very desperate, and she says, will we escape from this tormenting? So that is the theme of the first pasuram. Let us see the word by word meanings. Thirumozhi engum, everywhere in Thirumozhi, wherever we see. Indira Gopangal. Indira Gopangal means butterflies. Pattupuchi, what they say in Tamil. They are known as Indira Gopa, that is butterflies. Sem, reddish. Sindhura podi pol, like vermilion powder, kunkumam powder, like that. எழுந்து, rising up, பறந்திட்டன, they have spread everywhere. So everywhere on this Thirumozhi mountain, it's fully covered by butterflies, which are bringing this reddish appearance to the mountain. All means alas, suffering. Andru, on that day, when all the devatas, they came and surrendered to Bhagavan, praying him to churn the ocean and get the nectar. On that day, Mandara Malai, that is the Mantara mountain, Nati, anchoring it on the ocean as the hand mortar, like that, placing it. Kadal Kadaindu, Kodumaduram, the very sweet. Kodumaduram means very sweet. Saru, the essence, that is the nectar. And what is the nectar here? Not the nectar which Devatas were asking. This nectar is Periviratiyar. She is the real nectar coming from the Tiruparkadal, from the Kshirabdi. Konda, accepted. See here, the pasuram is Madara Karun Char Konda. If it was Madura Koduncharu Kodutha, then it would have been explained as the actual nectar which came out of the uh, ocean. But here it is said Konda. Only Bhagavan accepted Periya Piratiyar, Mahalakshmi Tayar, who came out of the ocean. So here the real nectar is Mahalakshmi only, and that nectar was accepted by Bhagavan. So that one who accepted Sundara Toldayan, Sri Sundara Bahu Bhagavan, his Shudalayil Nendru, from his net, he is spreading out this net. Uidungol, will we escape? So will our suffering come to an end? That is the question here. Here in the commentary, Periyavachan Pillai is explaining that nAchchiyAr thinks that she will just have the darshan of Thirumalurinjolai Malai, because Bhagavan is not coming. At least we will have darshan of the mountain and we will sustain ourselves, because anything related to Bhagavan is desirable for us. Even the temple, the Gopuram, Mandapam, Nandavanam, the garden, everything is desirable for us because they have connection with Divyadesham and Bhagavan. So nAchchiyAr thinks, at least I will see the mountain. But that is also not happening. Now the butterflies are covering the mountain fully. So there is no scope for sustenance. And all of the aspects there, they are all trying to torment me. So how can I escape this torment? Asks nAchchiyAr in the first Pasuram. Sundara Toldayan is beautifully explained that he is having very beautiful shoulders. Even otherwise, Bhagavan should be normally acceptable for us only. But when he is having beautiful shoulders, what is the problem? He should be fully acceptable for us. So that point is shown here. That is how his divine shoulders are, says nAchchiyAr in first Pasuram. Second Pasuram, போர்க்களிறு பொறும் மாலிரஞ்சோலை அம்பும் புறவில் தார்கொடி முல்லைகளும் தவள நகை காட்டுகின்ற கார்கொள் படாக்கள் நின்று கடறி சிரிக்க தரியேன் ஆர்க்கிடுகோ தோழி அவன்தார் செய்த பூசலையே. Now his garland is also tormenting me. So she is starting to explain that everything is tormenting her now. Let us see the Pasuram. போர்க்களிறு. Kaliri means elephant. The elephants which are having the habit of fighting always. That is wild elephants basically. Purum. They are fighting and playing. The usually forest, mountains, they will have elephants and they will fight with each other. So this natural beauty is brought out by nAchchiyAr. So such place where the elephants are fighting with each other and playing with each other, Maliranjolai. That place is Thirumaliranjolai, the divine hill. It's Ampumparavil. In that Thirumaliranjolai, there are beautiful slopes. Puravu means slope. So there are beautiful slopes on the mountain. Tarkodi Mullaigadum. There on the slopes, the jasmine flower with having the buds, they are all Tavalam Nagai. Tavalam Nagai means whitish smile of Sundara Bahu Bhagavan. When he smiles, his teeth line shows up, which looks like pearls, white pearls. So that Bhagavan's smile, gentle smile, is shown by the jasmine flowers. So jasmine flowers on the slopes, they are showing Bhagavan's gentle smile. And then Karkol. The Karkol means well grown. Padakal. Pada is a kind of creeper. The creeper which spreads everywhere. The creepers Nindru, remaining in a well blossomed manner. Kadari Chirika. They are all blossoming as if telling you cannot escape from us. We are all covering you. Like that they are telling. As they do that, Dariyen, I am unable to bear all of this. In separation, everything reminds me of Bhagavan and everything seems to be coming and trying to attack me because somehow Bhagavan has abandoned me, and not only has abandoned, now he wants to torment me also. That is how emotionally she is thinking. So she is thinking all of these entities, they are all tormenting me. So I am unable to bear all of this. Tori, she is telling to her friend, oh dear friend, Avantar, the garland from his shoulder which we desired, say the cost it created, Pusalai, the insult and torment which it created in me, or Kidugo, where can I go and complain? If everybody else causes trouble, we can go to Bhagavan. But if Bhagavan related items cause torment, where can we go and complain? Says nAchchiyAr in the second pasuram. Next is third pasuram. கரிவிளை ஒன் மலர்கள் காயா மலர்கள் திருமால் உருவழி காட்டுகின்றீர் எனக்கு உய்வழக் கொன்றுரையீர் திருவிளையாடு தென்தோள் திருமாலிருஞ்சோலை நம்பி வரி வளையில் புகுந்து வந்தி பற்றும் வழக்குளதே. This is the third pasuram. Here, nAchchiyAr is looking at some flowers and telling those flowers, you are reminding me of Bhagavan's Sriman Narayana's complexion. Don't torment me like this. Why do you have to take his color? Can't you have different color? Why are you tormenting me like this? That is how she is asking here. Karivilai one malargal. One, beautiful. Karivilai malargal. Karivilai malar means very dark blue colored flowers. These are all wild flowers in forest. Kaya malargal. Kaya malar is purple colored flowers. நீங்கள், all of you, Thirumal. Thirumal means Sriman Narayana. Bhagavan Narayana with Sri Mahalakshmi. His Uruvadi, the complexion of his divine form. Kartigindri. You are reminding me of that. Yanakku, for me, who is thinking about it and suffering, Uivazhakondru, a way to escape. Urayir, you tell me. How can I escape? Is there any option? You tell me. Thiruvilayadu, the place where Periviratiyar, Sri Mahalakshmi is playing. Tintol, that is the divine shoulders, which are very hard, very strong. So Pirati is living on his chest. So if she wants to play, she can climb on the shoulder and play. And also she can embrace the shoulder and have joy. So having such strong shoulders, Thirumalirunjolai Nambi. Thirumalirunjolai Nambi means one who is complete in all aspects and present in Thirumalirunjolai, that is Alagar Bhagavan. Il Pugundu, entering my home, Varivalai, my beautiful bangles, Vandi Patrum Padakulade. He is forcefully taking those bangles away from me. How can I handle this? What can I do about this? Where can I go and complain? Is this even fair? Asks nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Here, it is said that all the flowers are coming and tormenting Bhagavan. So the reason for that is everything understand their servitude towards Bhagavan. Even the flowers, in this case, because they are special, they are giving that experience to nAchchiyAr. She feels like that even the flowers are following Bhagavan's heart. So he wants to torment me. Similarly, these flowers also want to torment me. So it is to show that everything follows Bhagavan's divine heart. One interesting incident is actually shown here. Very interesting conversation. There was a king, Sundarapandiya Devar, during the time of nAchchiyAr. When nAchchiyAr was the Acharya here, there was a king named Sundara Pandya Devar, and one time when nAchchiyAr was explaining a shlokam from Sri Ramayanam in the Ayodhya Kandam, it is said, Sahi Viryopapanascha Rupavan Anasuyakaha Bhumava Bhumava Anupamas Sunur Gunair Dasharatopamaha. So in this shlokam it is said that Sri Rama is very brave, valorous. He has got beautiful divine form. He has no jealousy towards anyone. And he is the best son anyone can have. For qualities, he has the same qualities as Dasharatha. That is how the shlokam finishes. Gunair Dasharatopamaha. His qualities are as good as Dasharatha's qualities. This shlokam is being explained by nAchchiyAr. At that time, Sundara Pandya Devar, he asks, how actually nAchchiyAr says that Bhagavan has many auspicious qualities, but after being born as the son of Dasharatha, his glory was not as good because Dasharatha's qualities were better. So Bhagavan's qualities sometimes look a shade less in some qualities. When it is said, um, that, but Bhagavan himself likes to be called as Chakravarti Thirumagan only. That is son of Chakravarti only. So when it is said that, and that itself gives fame for Bhagavan, added fame for Bhagavan, that he is born as Chakravarti Thirumagan. That itself gives fame for Bhagavan. On hearing that, the king, Sundara Pandya Deva, he has a different opinion and he tells that to nAchchiyAr. For Paramapurusha, Bhagavan is Supreme Lord. He knows, basically he knows Shastram. The kings also knew Shastram in those days and they have learnt from elders. So he knows, for Paramapurusha, why should he get glory by being born as a human being, a mortal being? It doesn't seem apt. Because when nAchchiyAr says that Bhagavan's fame, Sri Rama's fame is because he is son of Dasharatha. And for that, this king asks, how can we say that? How can Paramapurusha have added new fame? Already he has every aspects in him. How can he get something added? And for that, nAchchiyAr thinks, okay, we can argue with him. But he is the king, and if we keep arguing with him, he may not like it. And he may cause some trouble for the Sampradayam if he is really bad. But we cannot just ignore it also. So what we will do is we will highlight something good he said. So nAchchiyAr says, how beautifully you are saying Paramapurusha. So he accepts that Bhagavan is Paramapurusha and he is asking, how can Bhagavan have more qualities by being born as Dasharatha's son? For that statement, nAchchiyAr is saying, is telling him that you are nicely saying Paramapurusha. Bhagavan is Paramapurusha. That is a good understanding. And he doesn't go into other aspects. Whatever he said, he neither acknowledged nor corrected at that time. That was one incident. Another incident happens, which is there is talk about Vibhishana Alvan, and at that time, this king again is giving his opinion. Uh, what have Vibhishana Alvan done? What has Vibhishana done? He has abandoned his elder brother when there was danger. Is this a correct attitude? So Vibhishana must not be a good person. Like that he is going. At that time nAchchiyAr thinks we cannot let him just speak all his opinions. We have to stop him and make him realize that he is doing a mistake. So this time he is telling him that is not the case and he is correcting his opinion. That is, when elder brother is there and he is in danger, we should support elder brother. But let's say when father and elder brother are there, they are fighting now. At that time, we have to support the father only. We cannot support elder brother. That is the Shastram. That is what Shastram says. So here, Vibhishan abandoned Ravana because the real father has come. Sri Rama is the real father. So when real father is there and he is being opposed by the elder brother, we have no other choice than abandoning elder brother. So nAchchiyAr says he has done according to Shastram only. Because Bhagavan is said to be Mata Pitacha Madhavaha. That is, Bhagavan is the father and Bhagavan is the mother. He is the father and mother for everyone in this world. So, being favorable towards father and fighting against brother, it is not against Shastram, says nAchchiyAr. This time he agrees. The king agrees. Because king is also a good person. Sometimes, see, even sometimes we will see one Acharya will be explaining something, and then the disciple will give his own opinion. He will talk. When the Acharya speaks for 10 minutes, the Shishya will speak for 30 minutes sometimes, instead of listening to Acharya. So at that time, if the Shishya is a good person, just that he wants to share his view or something, the Acharya will slowly make him understand that we should not be doing this, but he will not right away say, don't start like this, don't speak like this, keep talking your own views like that. He will not say harshly towards the disciple, especially the disciple is a newcomer, because then he may not have faith and he may go away. So to nurture such disciples, they will say some nice words and explain it pleasantly. So similarly, nAchchiyAr was dealing with this king. So that incident is shown here. A very nice incident. How nAchchiyAr dealt with such persons who are in powerful position. So we cannot just put them down. Also, at the same time, we have to make them understand the truth also. So that is shown in this pasuram. Next is fourth pasuram. Paimbodil வாழ் குயில்காள் மயில்காள் ஒன் கருவிளைகாள் வம்பக் களங்கணிகாள் வண்ணப்பூவை நறுமலர்காள் ஐம்பெரும் பாதகர்கள் அணிமாலின் ஜோலை நின்ற எம்பெருமானுடைய நிறம் உங்களுக்கு என் செய்வதே. Why are you having Bhagavan's divine complexion? You are all having Bhagavan's color. Here Andal nAchchiyAr is highlighting ஐம்பெரும் பாதகர்கள். That means 5 great tormentors. They are all having Bhagavan's divine complexion. So they are being listed out here. பைம்பொழில் வாழ் குயில்காள். Those cuckoos who are residing in the very green orchards. That is the first one. And then Mailgal, peacocks. And then one Karivalaigal, the dark blue flowers, Kakanam flowers. And then Vamba Kalanganigal. There is Kalapadam. Kalapadam means the carissa fruit. It's a type of sour. When it is unripened, it will be sour. When it is ripened, it will be somewhat sweet. This Kalapadam, Kalapadam, in the olden days, outside the school, they will be selling these things. Nowadays, I don't know whether they are selling. But when we were studying, this Kalapadam will be there. So that's a wild fruit, basically, from forest. So that is being identified here. These fresh carissa fruits, and then vannam naru puvai malargal, having beautiful complexion and fragrance, such purple flowers, kayam flowers. And collectively she is telling all of them, ஐம்பெரும் பாதகர்கள், you are 5 tormentors in front of me. That is the cuckoo, peacock, and then kakanam flowers, and then the kaya flowers, and then kalapadam. These 5 tormentors, they are all உங்களுக்கு, for you all, அணிமாலிருஞ்சோலை நின்ற எம்பெருமானுடைய நிறம் என் செய்வது. Why are you having திருமாலிருஞ்சோலை அழகர் Bhagavan's divine complexion? His divine form has a kind of dark complexion. Why are you all having same complexion? Only for tormenting me. So everything she sees, she thinks they are to torment her only. So that is the fourth pasuram. Here In the commentary, um, nAchchiyAr is telling them that why are you having this color of Bhagavan? For that she is telling you should be, if you are a good person, when Bhagavan gives his color to you, you should refuse, saying that this will torment other Bhagavatas who are in separation. But you are not doing it. Don't you have that compassion to tell, I don't want this complexion? That is being identified in the commentary. Next, fifth பாசுரம். துங்க மலர் பொழில் சூழ் திருமாலிருஞ்சோலை நின்ற செங்கட் கருமுகிலின் திருவுருப்போல் மலர் மேல் தொங்கிய வண்டினங்கால் தொகு பூஞ்சுனைகாள் சுனையில் தங்கு செந்தாமரைகாள் எனக்கோர் சரண் சாற்றுவினே. Very nice பாசுரம். Actually, here in this பாசுரம், directly she is asking, please tell me a method to escape from all this tormenting. And who is she asking that question? It is to the tormentors. It is like going to a killer and asking how I am going to escape from you. So that is what she is in that bewildered state. She is asking like that, and for that, very nice example is given by Periyavashan Pillai. You will see that. Tunga Malar Polil Sool, the orchards which are having very tall trees and flowers, surrounded by such orchards, Thirumalirunjolai, in the Thirumalirunjolai mountain, Nindra, present in standing posture. Bhagavan is present as Paramaswamy, Moolavar is Paramaswamy, Utsavar is Sundarabahu. So both are standing postures. Semkan Karamugilin, one who is having reddish eyes and then dark cloud-like form, which is very dark in color. So such Bhagavan's Tiruvurupol, like the divine form, like the beautiful form, Malar Mel Tongiya Vandinangal. Oh, group of beetles which are hanging on the flowers. Togu. Togu means gathered together tightly. Poo Sunaigal. Beautiful ponds, small ponds, water bodies are there. Sunayil Tangu. Present in that those ponds, Sem Tamaregal, the reddish lotus flower. Yanakor Saran Satranin. Please tell me a refuge. You are all tormenting me. Please tell me a refuge. So that is the Pasuram meaning. For that, a beautiful example is given from Mahabharata. The Dharmaputra, Yudhishthira, he went to Bhishma, Drona, and all of them and asked, how can I kill you? How can we all kill you? Because we don't know. We are your Sishyas. We don't know the method. So being the Guru, you have to tell me how to kill you. You have to tell me that. So just like Yudhishthira asked, similarly here, nAchchiyAr is going and asking those who are tormenting him only. For that, Bhishmacharya told, you bring Shikandi and place him or her, because she is a combination of man and woman. That is why he says, if you place Shikandi in front of me, I will drop the bow, then shoot me and kill me. He himself gives the idea. Just like that, can you also not tell that go to a place where we are not seen? You can give that idea, but you are not giving that idea, says nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram. That is fifth Pasuram. And then sixth Pasuram, very important Pasuram. Naru Narumbodil Sol, Malirinjolai, Naru Narumbodil, Malirinjolai Nambiki, Nan Nur Tarabil, Venai, Wine and the Paravaitain. Nur Tara in the Akara Addisil Sonnen, Yer Thirudayan, Indruvanti, Ivai Kolungalo. Yer Thirudayan, that means one who is Aishwaryam, Lakshmi, is always growing. That is how great he is. That Bhagavan, would you not accept my offering? What are you going to offer? Bhagavan asks. For that, she is saying, I am going to offer 100 pots of butter and 100 pots of sweet rice, Akara Adisil. So that is the Pasuram here. Narum Bodil Narum. The orchards which are fragrant with beautiful fragrance, they are spreading that fragrance everywhere. Maliranjolai, in the Tirumaliranjolai, present in the Tirumaliranjolai, where such orchards are present. Nambi, for Bhagavan there. Tirumaliranjolai, Nambi means Alagar Bhagavan. Nambi means one who is complete in all aspects. So such Bhagavan, for such Bhagavan, Nan, Adiyan, this servitor, Nuru Tadavil, completely filled in 100 pots. Vennai, the butter, Vainer, announcing through my mouth. Paravi Vaite, I offered. So here, Andal nAchchiyAr being a very small child, she is not able to travel to Tirumaliranjolai and offer all of this. So she is just offering by her mouth. She is saying, I am offering this through just my mouth. Nur Tada Nirainda, having filled 100 more pots. Akara Adisil, the Akara Adisil, that is sweet rice. Sonne, even that I offered with my mouth because I am not capable of doing them physically. Evai, these butter and Akara Adisil, that is sweet rice, Yeru Thirudayan. As time goes by, Bhagavan's Aishwaryam is increasing. Such Bhagavan, Indru Vandu, coming here mercifully today, Kollungol, will you accept? Will you accept my offering? I am offering this, but will you accept? That is the question being asked by Andal nAchchiyAr. In this commentary, Periyavachan Pillai is showing how Bhagavad Ramanuja fulfilled her desire. For that it is said, the girl, the young girl, she prayed that she will offer 100 pots of butter, 100 pots of sweet rice. But we don't have any evidence that she has submitted it, fulfilled it. All of this is being said by Bhagavad Ramanuja. Emperor is saying that Andal nAchchiyAr desired to do this, but we don't have any evidence of her doing this. Now, whatever she prayed, whatever she wanted to give, to offer that, it's a duty for those who are coming in her lineage, in her family, in her clan. See, if all of us are in the clan of Alvars, so we are all part of that Alvars clan. We are all descendants in a logical way, not a physical way, but a logical way. We are fully following, we should be fully following Alvars instructions, Alvars lifestyle. That is what we have to follow. So we are all his descendants. So for anyone who is a descendant, should they not fulfill that commitment, whatever was prayed by Andal nAchchiyAr? So he arranged 100 pots of butter, 100 pots of sweet rice and offered that to Tirumaliranjolai Bhagavan. And after completing that, he comes to Srivilliputturu. At that time only, Andal nAchchiyAr is calling him, Nam Koil Annaro, you are my brother from Koil. Koil means Srirangam. So, you are my brother from, elder brother from Koil Srirangam, says Andal nAchchiyAr. That is her honor for Bhagavad Ramanuja for offering this, all this butter and sweet rice. In this, another incident is also shown here. Nambillai is asking nAchchiyAr, and nAchchiyAr is answering. Nambillai is asking that why is Andal nAchchiyAr saying Nuru Tada Nirainda? See, we can offer something to Bhagavan if he is expecting a lot. But Bhagavan says, Anyat Purnat Apam Kumbhat, Anyat Padavane Janat. In that shlokam, it is said that Bhagavan expects only a small pot of water, a little bit of inquiry. How are you? How are you? How are your parents? Like that. Only that much he is expecting. He is not expecting anything else. But for such Bhagavan, why is Andal nAchchiyAr saying Nuru Tada Nirainda? We can just say Uru Tada Nirainda also. Same meaning will come. But why is she saying like this? For that, Andal nAchchiyAr's intent is revealed here by nAchchiyAr. He is saying, for the wealth of Thiruvaipadi, Thiruvaipadi is very wealthy because of many cows, thousands of cows, hundreds of thousands of cows. Because of that, they are always wealthy. So for that, for the wealth of Thiruvaipadi, this 100 parts of butter, 100 parts of sweet rice also is very little. It is like Purna Kumbham only. Because Bhagavan likes Purna Kumbham only. Why is it said here that 100 parts of butter, 100 parts of akar addisil? For that, nAchchiyAr is explaining that if we compare the wealth of Thiruvaipadi, this 100 part is nothing, very small quantity, says nAchchiyAr. And also here, very important principle is shown. See, here we are submitting, under nAchchiyAr is desiring to submit 100 parts of butter and 100 parts of sweet rice. Now, the question arises, why should a person who is surrendered make so much efforts for that? Periyachan Pillai is explaining, these will not go into efforts. These will go as natural showing of our love towards Bhagavan. When we look at the first portion of Dvaya Mahamantra, where it is said that Bhagavan's lotus feet is the only upayam, then we cannot even cut a small grass for our upliftment. But when we understand, when we focus on the Uttarardham of Dvaya Mahamantram, in that service to Bhagavan is shown. At that time, we will be like, Aham Sarvam Karishyami. I will do all the kainkariams for you. Whatever you want, you tell me. I will do all the kainkariams for you, says Ilaya Perumal, Lakshmana. So, like that, when we look at the Uttarardham, those who are focused on second part of Dvaya Mahamantram, they will be like this. I will do all kainkariams. Those who are focused on Purvardham, they will just stay without doing anything for their own upliftment. They will also do kainkariams for Bhagavan. But the Dvaya Mahamantram's Artham is also shown here in this Pasuram's commentary. Also, a few other things are there. We saw this in Vangipurathanambi's Charitram today. We saw that when someone asks about Thirumal, Sriman Narayana, at that time, Vangipurathanambi says that in other matams also they have some principles, but nobody is hailing Sriman Narayana as the supreme. The one who is with Sri Mahalakshmi is the supreme. That is the ultimate truth mentioned in Shastram. So nobody is accepting that. Only our Vedanta based proper Sampradayam is accepting that, says Vangipurathanambi in this Pasuram. And also the Shriyapatitwam's importance is shown. See, this Shriyapatitwam, that is being the consort of Bhagavan, is the first identity of Bhagavan. Sometimes we may think that Jagat Karanatvam, Ubhaya Vibhuti Nathatvam, all of these are primary identities. But before all of that, Shriyapati is the most important identity. And that aspect is shown here. If we consider Jagat Karanatvam as a particular reason for one is Bhagavan, then even for each Andam, there is Brahma who creates. There are people who build towns, there are people who build dams. So people are creating already. So creating ability itself is not important identity. But that can also be there in somebody else. Somebody may be creating small things. But here, Shriyapatitvam, being the Lord of Sri Mahalakshmi, that is only available in Bhagavan. So that quality is shown here in this Pasuram. Next, seventh Pasuram. It's a continuation of the previous Pasuram's message only. Indru வந்து இத்தனையும் அமுது செய்திட பெறில் நான் 100,000 கொடுத்து பின்னும் ஆளும் செய்வன் தென்றல் மணங்கமலும் திருமாலிருஞ்சோலை தன்னுள் நின்றபிரான் அடியேன் மனத்தே வந்து நேர்படிலே. Previous Pasuram and this Pasuram, these are recited during offering of Taligai. When we submit Bhogam to Bhagavan, at that time these two Pasurams are recited. ஹியர் இன்று வந்து இத்தனையும் அமுது செய்த பெரில் நான் 1 100,000 கொடுத்து பின்னும் ஆளும் செய்வன். Now after you accepting our kainkariam, I will seek, I will desire to perform more kainkariam. That is my expectation. So I don't expect anything else. This is what is explained by Pallilokacharya in Srivasana Bhushanam as கொடுத்து கொள்ளுகை அன்றிக்கே கொண்டத்துக்கு கூலி கொடுப்பார்கள். That is the nature of Alvars. கொடுத்து கொள்ளுகை, that is giving something to Bhagavan and accepting something from Bhagavan. Instead of doing that, கொடுத்து கொள்ளுகை, giving something to Bhagavan and then accepting kainkariam from Bhagavan. That is what is the true nature of devotees, surrendered persons. So that is shown here in this pasuram, that Bhagavan should constantly accept my kainkariam. Word by word meaning. Tendral manankamalum. The southerly breeze is bringing the fragrance. It is bringing the fragrance in Thirumozhi. That is a southerly breeze. It is bringing fragrance along with it. That is happening in Thirumozhi Tannul. In the Thirumozhi mountain, Nindra, mercifully standing there, mercifully being present there. Piran, that is Bhagavan, who is the benefactor. Piran means one who does favors to us. That Adagar, Indru, today, Vandu, coming here, coming to this place, Ithanayum, that is the 100 pots of butter and 100 pots of sweet rice. Amudu seidida peril. If Bhagavan accepts my offering and takes them, consumes them, not stopping with that, adiyen manathe vandu nerpadil. Not stopping at that, if he comes and stays in my heart, in the servitor's heart, நான் அடியேன், this servitor, ஒன்று for one pot 100,000 கொடுத்து, for each pot I have placed now, I will place 100,000 more pots. So if I have placed 108 pots now, 108 into 100,000 pots I will place, says nAchchiyAr. Even though she doesn't have all of that, she has the desire. See, it is said generally, humorously it is said, some person comes and asks for some help. At least at that time we should say that I will give you this much. So at least you will go happily. Whether we are able to fulfill all that or not, at least by mouth speech we can give them happiness. Because maybe in action we may not be able to give. When he asks also we can say, at that time I had some solution, but now I don't have that situation. I am not able to help you. But at least that word should be nice. So here, the reason I said that was giving 100,000 in place of 1. So if there is 108, that means 100,000 into 108. And then next round, for each of that 108, 100,000, I'll give 100,000 more. So in this manner, nAchchiyAr is saying, I will give all of that, and then Pinnum, after that also, Alum Saivan, I will also engage in other kainkariams. I will not stop with just offering the butter and sweet rice, but I will also do more and more kainkariams, says nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Here in the commentary, Pinnum Alum Saivan, for that is explained, instead of getting something new, Bhagavan always likes ancient things, old things only. That is, kainkariam is standard. Anyone desires to serve Bhagavan, they have to do kainkariam. So that itself is desirable for Bhagavan also. So that is why nAchchiyAr is praying for more and more kainkariam only. That is 7th pasuram. Now 8th pasuram. காலை எழுந்திருந்து கரிய குருவி கணங்கள். மாலின் வரவு சொல்லி மருள் பாடுதல் மெய்மைகளோ, சோலைமலை பெருமான் துவராபதி எம்பெருமான் ஆளிலை பெருமான் அவன் வார்த்தை உரைக்கின்றதே. The sparrows, the sparrows are coming, dark colored sparrows, they are coming, and they are constantly reciting his names, and they are singing particular tune. Now whatever they desire, whatever they sing, will that become true? That is, they are singing the names of Bhagavan. Will I get to be with Bhagavan? That is the question being asked here. கரிய குருவி கணங்கள், the dark sparrow flock, the flock of black sparrows, காலை, in the early morning, எழுந்திருந்து, waking up, சோலைமலை பெருமான், the Bhagavan who is the Lord of Thirumalirunjolai, துவராபதி எம்பெருமான், the same Bhagavan who is the Lord of Dwarakapuri, Sri Dwaraka, ஆளில்லை பெருமான் அவன், the same Lord was also resting in the banyan leaf. Such Bhagavan, Sarveshwaran, his வார்த்தை, his words, உரைக்கின்ற, they are telling, the black sparrows are telling his words. They are speaking like him, they are mimicking like him. In this manner, Malin, Bhagavan's, Sriman Narayana's varavu, his arrival, சொல்லி, informing that to me, Marul Padudal, the singing of the tune named Marul, that is a pun, that is a tune, will that will that become true? So they are saying, the sparrows are saying that Bhagavan is on the way. But will that become true? That is the question here, asked by nAchchiyAr. Here also, one incident is shown by Purvacharya's lives, from Purvacharya's lives. Achan is probably Kidambi Achan. It is said that nAchchiyAr says that Achan explained this particular view, whatever we are going to see. That is, the birds, animals, everything which are born in his place, in Bhagavan's place, even those, do they have any other time pass other than tormenting me? Just like he is tormenting me, even the birds and other things also are tormenting me, says nAchchiyAr. Will they ever sleep? She is asking. It looks like they never sleep, they are always tormenting me, says in this pasuram. That is 8th pasuram. Then 9th pasuram. கோங்கலரும் பொழில் மாலிருஞ்சோலையில் கொன்றைகள் மேல் தூங்கு பொன்மாலைகளோடு உடனாய் நின்று தூங்குகின்றேன். பூங்கள் திருமுகத்து மடுத்தூதிய சங்கொலியும் சார்கவின் நானொலியும் தலைப்பெய்வது எஞ்ஞான்றுகளோ. When am I going to listen to the sound of Bhagavan's Sharga bows string? When he pulls it and gives that sound, I should hear that. And then when he blows the conch, I want to hear that. Because these two are indications for me that he is coming close to me. So I want to get that, says nAchchiyAr. கோங்கலரும் பொழில் மாலிருஞ்சோலை. Kongu trees, they are well blossomed. In such Thirumalirunjolai mountain, in that mountain, கொன்றைகள் மேல், on the கொன்றை trees. Kondrai tree is the Kondrai flower is dear to Rudra. We are going to see one explanation for that. On that Kondrai tree, தூங்கு, hanging, பொன் மாலைகளோடு உடனாய் நின்று, along with the golden garland like appearance which are made from the flowers there. Just the flowers there look like golden complexion. So that பொன்மாலைகளோடு உடனாய் நின்று, with that garlands which are hanging from the tree, உடனாய் நின்று, along with those, தூங்குகின்றேன், I am also remaining in a useless way. Just like those flowers are there, I am also there. Because we are going to see that the Kondrai flower is for Rudra. So Satvika people are not present there at that time. only Satvika people will not go and fetch that flower anyway because it's not to be used for Vishnu. That is why it is said here about that flower. So, along with those flowers, I am also remaining useless. Just like that contrary flower is never taken because everyone is Satvika there. That is the point. In the Tirumalurinjolamala, everyone is Satvika. Satvika persons will not go and take contrary flower because it is only for Rudra. So, just like that, the contrary flower is remaining in a useless way, I am also not enjoyed by you. So, I am also remaining in a useless way, says nAchchiyAr. So, what you have to do now is you have to come and inform your arrival. How can I do that? When Bhagavan asks that, for that, um, she is saying, Pookol, beautiful, Tirumugathu, on his divine lips, Maduthu, placing that, Udiya, blowing. So, Bhagavan is blowing the Shankar, Sri Panchajanyam. That Oli, that Dhvani, that sound, and Sharangam Bil Nanoli. When Bhagavan entered Lanka, he pulled the string and left it. That created a huge sound. So that sound, Sharangavil Nanoliyum, the sound of that Sharanga bow's string, Talaipai with the time when it comes close, when is it going to happen? Asks nAchchiyAr. Here in this Vyakyanam, Periyavacham Pillai shows because only Tamasa Purushas will go and take contrary flower and worship Rudra because there is no one in Tamasa mode, there is nobody picking up the flowers. Similarly, the nAchchiyAr who is born from Periyalvar, she is not having darshanam of Bhagavan and not enjoying Bhagavan. She is suffering. So that is the point shown here. So here, when Shishupala was going to marry Rukmini Pirati, at that time Krishna comes flying almost on his chariot and blows his conch at the entrance of the town. Hearing that, Rukmini Pirati becomes joyful and then she comes running to Krishna. That is one incident. And then Sri Sharanga's Jaya Gosham. After victory, he pulls the string and shows his victory. So um, that sound made Sri Janakaraja's daughter, that is Sita Pirati, sustain. But nAchchiyAr is so tender that both the things should happen together. That is, she should hear the sound of conch as well as she should hear the sound of the bow, the string from the bow. So only then she can be, nAchchiyAr can be pacified, says in this ninth pasaram. Because her suffering is not at the same level as Sita Pirati and Rukmini Pirati. nAchchiyAr's suffering is even more than both of them put together. So that is um, how desperate and how sorrowful she is in seeking both the uh, great sounds. That is ninth pasaram. Now finally 10th pasaram. Sandodu Karagilum Sumandu Tadangadal Tadangal Porudu Vandidiyum Silambarude Madinjolin into Sundaranai. Surumbar Kodai, Togutureta, Sendamil Patamala, Tirumaladi Servarbade. Those who recite these pasarams very well, they understand and they recite very well, they will reach Bhagavan's divine feet. So, just by reciting these pasarams, one will develop the right attitude. One can serve Bhagavatas, Bhagavan, and then ascend to Paramapadam also. So that is shown in this pasaram. Sandodu. Sandu means Shandu, that is sandalwood. So sandalwood blocks. And then Karagilum. Agil means one type of incense. That is also coming from a tree. So that agil uh, trees or agil blocks. Sumandu, carrying them. The river is coming along with all of these, bringing sandalwood and bringing the incense wood and all of that. Tadangal Pordu Vandu. destroying all the banks, destroying all the banks of the rivers, Idiyum, flowing, overflowing, Silambaru Udai, one who is that place which is having the Nupura Ganga. Silambari is Nupura Ganga. There the water is coming with great force that it breaks the barriers of the sides. The banks are being broken. So such having such Nupura Ganga, that is Tirumaliranjolai Nindra Sundaranai. Bhagavan who is present in Tirumaliranjolai as Sundarabahu Bhagavan, Alagar Bhagavan. On him, Surumbar Kudal Kodai. Kodai, that is Goda, under nAchchiyAr. She is having beautiful hair where beetles are settled. There is so much fragrance, so much honey that beetles are well spread on her hair. Such Andal, Toguturaitha, beautifully composed, Sol Tamil Pattum Ballar. These Tamil Pasurams are 10 in number. This decade, those who are experts in that, those who are able to recite these Pasurams, Tirumaladi, the divine feet of Sriman Narayana, Servargal, they will reach. So this is the benefit of this Padiham. Those who recite these Pasurams, they will attain Bhagavan's lotus feet. Maybe not immediately, but at some point. So that is the final Pasuram. Here, Andal nAchchiyAr is desiring to perform Kaikariam to Bhagavan and Pirati. Always she will eagerly look for Kaikariam to Sri Mahalakshmi and Sriman Narayana. And when she does that, she does it as said in Varaha Puranam. Aham Shishyacha Dasicha Bhaktacha Purushottama. So she is telling Bhagavan, Varaha Bhagavan, Purushottama, I am your disciple, I am your servant, I am your devotee, everything. And I will serve in all ways. Similarly, Andal nAchchiyAr, here, there it was Bhumi Pirati. Same Bhumi Pirati is here. She is praying for that kind of Kaikariam only. And even that, for example, Dasicha, Shishyacha, that is whatever I have to learn, I'll learn from you only. That is the meaning for disciple. Disciple means we have to learn from the Guru. And then Dasicha, Dasi means being a servitor. When you and Periya Pirati are, you are both together, whatever you order me, bring this, bring that, do this, do that, I will follow all of that and fulfill. And then Bhaktacha, when devotees are singing about you, I will join with them and I will also sing them. So all of these are required. That is under nAchchiyAr's expectation. And those who recite these pasurams, they will get all of those also. So that is the 10th pasuram. With this, the Padigam comes to an end. Sandodu Karagilum Sumandu Tadangal Porudu Vandidiyum Silambarudai Maliranjolin in the Sundaranai Churumbar Kudakodai Toguturaitha Sendamil Patum Ballar Tirumaladi Servargale. With this, the Padigam comes to an end. In the next session, we will see the next Padigam. Andal Tirudi Sharanam, Alvar Tirudi Sharanam, Birmanar Tirudi Sharanam, Perivachan Play Tirudi Sharanam, Gia Tirudi Sharanam, Gia Tirudi Sharanam. Palland, Pallayra, Palapodi, Murayram, Malanda, and Dolman, Saved Sevidika, Padio, Modern, Perivian, Iram Palland, Divine in Valamar, Vargan, Mangi, Palland, Divas, or Valatri, Shudar, Adium, Palland, Padapur, Kukumarango, Apanja Saniam, Palland.